I've just finished converting my Crytek Trident from electric to HPA, but there's still something missing. Luckily though, my friends at Feyachi have hooked us up. But which of these optics is best? Everyone who plays Airsoft needs to have a sight on their Replica. Well, everybody should have a sight, and it really pains me when I see people not using them on their Replicas. Ollie, I'm talking to you here. And there's lots of different sights to choose from. For example, you've got iron sights, reflex sights,
not bad, not bad,
and red dot sights.
Nice.
There's also a lot of different sight accessories you can get to run in tandem with your optic in order to get the best kind of utility and performance to fit your playstyle. These include things like PEC boxes and magnifiers. Personally, I'm not a fan of PEC boxes, mainly because I never really use a laser, even though they do look really cool, but I do find that at most UK sites you're not allowed to use lasers. You can also get PEC boxes with torches built in too, which are very cool and handy, but I don't really like to play night games or in the dark too much. And before you say, no, it's not because I'm a scaredy cat, well, I suppose you could say it's because I'm a scaredy cat. Scared of getting shot up by my own team, by people who refuse to identify targets before they shoot at them in the darkness, that is. My salt aside from constantly getting killed by my teammates in the dark, the other common accessory you can get with optics are magnifiers. And magnifiers are sick. They're a great addition to your optic setup. For a few years actually, I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to have the extra expense. But eventually when I did get a magnifier, it changed my life a little bit. You don't run it magnified all the time because you get them on like flippy mounty things. So most of the time you are just running like a standard red dot. But if you are in a position where you just want to double check that person's calling their hit, or you want to double check where your BB is going, you just flip your magnifier down, have a little peek, and then pop it back up when you want to start engaging. Or keep it down if you're at a distance and you just want to keep that magnified view on your enemy the whole time. Oh, and by the way, if you don't want to miss me converting this to HPA, make sure you hit that big old subscribe button. I did actually originally start converting my metal SSR4, but unfortunately in the process I put some things down and lost them out in the field. So yeah, that's when the Crytek took over to become the bad boy. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let me know in the comments what kind of optic setup you use. And also a very quick big thank you to my patrons for supporting the channel month after month. You are all amazing and I thank you so much. So like I said, my Crytek is sadly missing some optics, but my friends at Feyachi sent over a few options for me to take a look at and see what works best for me. So let's crack them open and see what we've got. First up are our two magnifiers. We have the Feyachi M40 on this side and we have the M37 on this side. Now both of them are quite similar in terms of function and ability. They both have these mounts on here where you press this button and it flips it up to the side. So you can use your red dot sight without any magnification at all if you want to, and then you just press this button and you can flip it in. And also on both of the sights you can swap which way around the scope is mounted. So if you're a left-handed shooter or a right-handed shooter, you can have it on the right side for you. They also both have windage and elevation adjustments. The M40 has little turret screws which you unscrew and then you use the screw head itself to change the adjustment, whereas on the M37 you have got these little grub screws in there and in there which you'll use a little Allen key for in order to change that. You can also change the focus point with these magnifiers by unscrewing this little eyepiece here on that one and the eyepiece here on that one. But the place where these two differ is the M40 is a 3x only magnifier, whereas the M37 is a 1.5x to 5x magnifier. It is a variable zoom optic. And having the variable zoom is very handy, especially if you're going to be playing in a variety of close quarters and also longer range areas. But then generally when you've got a prime zoom magnifier, usually the quality of that single zoom level is better than the quality you would find in a variable optic. So we're gonna have to test those out and see if that is the case between these magnifiers. Magnifiers done, let's have a little look at the sights. On the left here we have the RS30 reflex sight, and on the right here we have the V30 red dot sight. Both of these sights come with batteries already installed, and they also come with spare batteries as well, which is a very nice touch. I often forget to turn my sights off after the end of a game day, so the fact that I get spare batteries in there, yeah, I really like that. The V30 comes stock attached to this low mount option, however it also has a riser included too, which I've already attached to the sight because I need that riser on to work with the magnifiers. Also my current red dot sight has quite a high riser on it, so in order for me me to feel comfortable and use all my muscle memory, I need that extra bit of height. The RS30 doesn't come with a riser, however, due to the makeup and build of this sight, it's already quite high anyway, and that means this is compatible out the box with the magnifiers just as it is. In order to turn the V30 on, you've got a power button here, and you've got your down brightness and up brightness. You can't change it to green, and there's no other reticles you can use on this one. However, with the RS30, you have got a selection of different reticles which you can choose from here. You just slide it around at the back, turn it across, and you've got 4 different reticles you can choose from. It is red light only though, you can't change it to green, and you also have a single buzzer operation here, so you press it to turn it on, press it again, single presses in order to change the brightness, and then long hold to turn it off. Regarding batteries, you put them in here on the RS30, and in the V30 you just put them in this little turret screw there. Also, a couple of nice touches on the V30 is it comes in this little hard case, and also it has a killer flash attached there. With my optics though, I do like to have a little bit of extra protection there to stop from BB impacts, which is why I use the Project Airsoft lens protector. These just push straight over the end of your lens to protect it from BB impacts, and they also come in a variety of sizes as well. And as it's Black Friday, I feel like you guys deserve a little bit of a cheeky discount. So until the end of the month, if you use the discount code RDS, you'll get 10% off any order. Not just the red dot sight protectors, literally everything on the website. So head on over to Project Airsoft now, or use the link in the description, because I've made it so the code is already applied. That's right, just click the link and the code will apply automatically at checkout. So this lens protector just comes on, pushes over the end, and now I am safe from BB impacts. Unfortunately for the RS30, I do not have a lens protector for it at the minute. Hello there, hello. And it is quite a large piece of glass which I'm going to need to protect, so I think I am going to have to find a lens protector for this. The benefit though of this being such a large piece of glass is that you have such a wide open vision using the sight. It actually does look and feel really, really good. I have never used a reflex sight before when I've been playing Airsoft, and you know what? This thing may change my mind. On both the reflex sight and the red dot sight, you can change the position of the reticle in the sight picture using the little screw on the top and on the side. So that's a quick overview of all the magnifiers and optics. Time to test them. First up, we have got the V30 red dot sight, and you know what? Looks pretty good. It pretty much does everything I would expect a red dot sight to do. The only kind of comment I've got in it so far is that the riser isn't as high as I would like it to be. Looking at the riser I have on my usual red dot sight, yeah, you can see that it is quite a bit higher. If you're new to red dot sights, or if you currently use red dot sights with normal size risers, then this isn't going to impact you like it is me. It's nice and clean. I can see the kill flash through the sight, but when I kind of lose focus on it and just like focus on the red dot and what I'm looking at, then it does kind of like disappear quite a bit. Also, I must admit, I am not a huge fan of this magnifier. Well, using this magnifier with this red dot sight anyway. It is very difficult to kind of like have a picture down it, like you can do, but your eye just needs to be in a very specific place. And there's a huge amount of vignetting around that there. So there's a really dark, thick black ring around the sight when you're looking at it. However, will the reflex sight perform better than the red dot sight with this magnifier? There's only one way to tell. Oh, there we have the reflex sight on. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh, okay, yeah, that is infinitely better. Wow, that difference is huge. That is now super clean, super clear. There is no vignetting caused by the front red dot sight at all. I was worried then. I didn't want this to be a lemon, but you know what? It has redeemed itself on the reflex sight. Even if I change the different kind of reticles that are on the reflex sight, it works just the same, and yeah, is really good. So if you want to use this magnifier with this reflex sight, I would approve that. I can see my thumb in the front of the picture though, while my thumb is here. I thought it was quite low, but I can see my thumb in the optic sight picture. Maybe this kind of grip would be better as opposed to a full C grip. And with the magnifier flipped to the side, the reflex sight is super clean. Man, that is absolutely lovely. I think I'm converted to using reflex sights now instead of the red dot. That is so good. That is really, really lovely. I was not expecting my opinion on red dots to change, but yeah, this reflex is really, really nice. By the way, I am recording down the magnifier to try and show you what that sight picture looks like, but I just can't get it to look good at all. Not that it doesn't look good in real life, but I just can't get the cameras to work with it, sadly. Right, I think it's time to take the magnifier off and swap it for the other one. There we go. Let's see what this thing looks like. And you know what? I actually quite like that. Like I said, the glass from before is so clean. It's very, very clear to see through. It's really quite nice. The eye relief though is quite short, so in order to use it appropriately or comfortably, you do need to have your eye quite close to the Optic, but it is clean and it does look really great. I must admit, I am really enjoying this reflex sight. Probably more so than the magnifiers at this point. The motion to open it up and close it is very smooth. It's easy and quick to do. Between the two magnifiers at the minute, I would say the variable one is my preferred, which is strange because before I said that this was going to be my preferred, but only because of the eye relief. It's mounted further back and it's more comfortable and easier for me to use with this red dot sight. If I could move this one further back, then yes, definitely this one. But for now, I'd be taking the variable one out into the field. And last but not least, here we have our final setup, and you know what? This is the setup which I thought was going to be my favorite throughout this whole experience. So let's see if it is as good as I was hoping it to be. By the way, I did need to put that spacer on the magnifier because it was a little bit too low without it. And you know what? It is still really, really clean. And quite interestingly, you can't actually see the kill flash on there at all. Now we've got the magnifier on there. It's still a bit of a pain that I have to be closer to the sight, and also a bit of a pain that I've got the added neck strain from needing to be lower on there. But again, I think that's probably more the muscle memory of me being used to being a little bit higher on the rifle. Sight picture is clean. I can see the red dot. The magnification works well. And you know what? It is very big, open and very clean, so I would be more than happy to crack this out and use it in the field. The only things I would like to see would be more eye relief on the magnifier, slightly thinner walls on this red dot sight so I don't have as much of an obstruction for my peripheral vision, better compatibility with this magnifier with the standard red dot sight, and my last wish would be for this reflex sight to include a lens protector because that would be very handy, and also just to look a bit cooler because I'm not a fan of the aesthetics of this sight that much at all. Like, it doesn't shout sexy, cool replica accessory. It just looks, yeah, not too great. But you know what? I cannot fault it for its function because this is genuinely completely changed my view on how I feel about reflex sights, and yeah, I'm actually really excited to run one now in the field. So after all that, what is my chosen optic setup for my Crytac Trident? Well, and to be honest, I'm really surprised by this as well. I opted for the 1.5 to 5 times variable zoom magnifier and the reflex sight. And that to me is absolutely mad because at the start I would have said the complete opposite. I was a bit of a red dot fanboy, I must admit, but after getting everything on here and seeing how the scopes and sights all work together, this is my favorite setup. Big thank you to Feyachi for sending all of these bits out to me. They are having some fancy Black Friday deals and there's some links below in the description for you to check those out. So have a little bit of a look and see if there's anything there for you. Also, while you're in the description, click that link to projectairsoft.co.uk and have a little look to see if there's some accessories on there for you, including those nifty red dot sight protectors. Make sure you subscribe and drop a like, and I will see you in the next one.